The Shalom, this week's Sedra is Sedras Bereshis. The first pasuk of the Torah is one of the most well-known sentences in the Torah. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Rashi's question and answer about the first topic of the Torah is almost as well-known as the first verse in the Torah. Rashi quoted Rabbi Yitzchak, who stated that the Torah should have started with a mitzvah. Why did the Torah, book of law, start with the story of creation? Rashi answered the question with an explanation of the purpose of the story of creation. If the nations of the world would ever accuse the Jewish people, claiming, "You are robbers, for you conquered by force the lands of the 7 nations of Canaan," the Jewish people will reply, "The entire earth belongs to God. He created the world, as we learn from the story of creation, and gave it to whomever he deemed proper when he wished. He gave it to them, and when he wished, he took it away from them, and gave it to us." Rashi understood that God began the Torah with the story of his creating the world to establish his authority over everyone and everything. The Ramban took issue with Rashi's question and conclusion. The Ramban understood God's creation of the world as the foundation of the Jewish people's faith. How could Rashi minimize the importance of the parsha that teaches the foundation of our faith? The Ramban explained that we misunderstand Rashi's question. Rashi didn't ask why these verses have been included. The story of creation is too complicated for man to understand. If we can't understand it, Rashi asked, why include it? Rashi concluded that God listed it to show his authority. The Ramban explained that the story of creation is too difficult for man to comprehend. How then are we to understand God having created the world? The Ramban wrote that a student of the Torah will be satisfied with the basic formulation that God created the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th. The Ramban's message is that we must be satisfied with not fully understanding. One of the most difficult things for man to admit is that he doesn't know. Man's entire condition is the search for better understanding. Admitting that one doesn't know and doesn't understand something is a challenge most people can't meet. This week's Sedra opens the Torah with the most important introductory lesson we need to begin understanding the Torah. When trying to understand God, one must know ahead of time that they will not fully succeed. They will have to know ahead of time that they will not fully understand everything they try to comprehend. It's an important lesson. Shabbat Shalom.